right, let's start streaming. Hello. Sorry, Buster, you kind of joined at the wrong time, mate. Anyway, hello, Buster. Hope you've been good, man. Yep, it's a nice stream for you to jump in on. Right. YouTube. Here we go. Where's my live stream? Oh, did everyone see that FaZe has like disappeared now? How sad is that? So all like the FaZe guys left. I mean, they're all like the new FaZe, like the streamers and stuff, but FaZe Clan is like officially like died. That's really sad. Does anyone remember like the old FaZe Clan house with like FaZe Adapt and like Jev? And I don't think Jev was ever in there, but like FaZe Rain, FaZe Adapt. Who else? Tico, bro. I used to watch him on YouTube all the time. Anyway, bit of a random one. Hello, Marek. I hope you're okay, man. Right, let's get into some market stuff. So obviously last week I took no trades, and I'm guessing majority of you guys took no trades as well. Because, well, obviously the markets weren't really doing much. However, the markets were doing something, because if you look at this, what on earth is that? Is it a meme coin? Yes, it is. It's called silver. These new people reading the chat, I know. That is the chart. Right, okay, this was the chart. Literally, this is when I last analyzed silver. Okay, this was May 2025, right? Looking normal. Yeah, it's on a nice little bull run. Nothing crazy. Then it decides to go, okay, crazy. Look at that. What on earth is that? That is insane. That looks like a meme coin, but it's not. It's silver. And it's gone, what? Let's look on the weekly chart. Let's have a look. The monthly chart's probably fucked. Yeah, that monthly chart is disgusting. So literally in the past quarter, it's done 71% in the past 3 months. Now, I'm just about to deep dive into this. This is one of my deep dives that I need to push into. I have a few deep dives that I need to go over. Is the US and Venezuela at their scrap, because that has been going on for ages, but I haven't really read into why that's happening. The scrap between US and Nigeria, I don't know if you saw that, but Trump threatened or did bomb I shouldn't be saying this over YouTube, but he did some boom over Nigeria on Christmas Day, which is also crazy. I need to read about that and learn about what happened. And then also the RAM thing, and why RAM is now super expensive, which is like the storagey thing in PC, not storage, but it's kind of storage, I don't know. Allows you to do like multiple tasks at the same time. It's something like that. That's gone like super expensive, and I don't know why. I think it's to do with AI and like all these big companies using RAM for AI, mega computers and shit like that. Something to do with that. Data centers, that one, yeah. And then another one is now silver price. Silver has fucking exploded. Obviously, like beginning of this year, it kind of started having a nice climb. It was already kind of pushing up last year. But then, oh no, start of this year. No, I'm going crazy here. When was it start of this year? I think start of this year. Okay, no, never mind. It was like April. Oh, when Trump came in. Huh. Is that a coincidence? That when Trump came into power, silver started pumping? Does that have any relation? I don't think so. But anyway, silver has gone crazy. And I know the main reason it's kind of gone crazy in the past week is because... One sec. Fucking Office Leon. Silver price surge. China. They're restricting silver exports, and it'll disrupt global supply chains because currently China control... I'm pretty sure, I don't know, like 70% of supply or something like that. So they're basically curving the market because obviously they have most of the supply, and they're about to add restrictions on exports, which means, I don't know what it means, but it means silver price goes up. But what I need to do is kind of do some more research on this, because I know a lot of people are talking about the silver to gold price ratio as well, which I always kind of knew about, but I never really dug deep, because I think it was like 1 to 12. The ratio between the price of silver and the price of gold should be 1 to 12 or something like that. I don't know. And it's always kind of kept that ratio. And when it doesn't keep that ratio, it's bad. But I need to research that and kind of deep dive into that. So you know what? I might do that either tonight. No, I don't have time to tonight. Oh, fucking hell, man. I need to set, you know, like a little 2 hours aside to go on these little deep dives. Yeah, anyway, so let's go into some things. Let's go. Also, new trading view update. I've added this little weird thing here. So you can go on to like, this is pretty cool, seasonals. So you can see the price of whatever pair you're on. So if we go on gold, we can see seasonality in different pairs and see what it's done the past 5 years, basically. And I thought that was really cool. So you can actually go even further. You can go like the past 20 years, past 25 years. We can see the price of gold. Is that 70% increase? Okay, maybe that's a little bit too much. Let's reduce that a bit. So, is there even a trend? So that's 0%. Not really. Can you see it? Can anyone see any trend at all there? Okay, this is going to look fucked. Great. What was that? 1979. Holy shit. So, I mean, even if we go like the past 5 years type thing, is there even a trend? November. Not really. October. I don't really see it apart from, I don't know. I don't really see a trend. 2025 is crazy though. But anyway, that's pretty cool, the seasonality. The technicals, I don't really care. If you're going off this is crazy. The news thing, I guess that's kind of cool, but again, I don't really need that. But anyway, let's go over some trades. Okay, so Euro Aussie dollar, let's go over some stuff. You have these levels here. Let me go full screen on this as well. So you have these levels here. I'm not really interested in this level just because the next level is literally just below it. So I'd want time nor alignment for this level. I'm going to set an alert just above. So time nor alignment, as you guys probably know already, timing is like London 4 p.m. London close. An alignment is basically any euro pair or Aussie dollar pair. Shift and F. No. What does Shift and F do? Shift F. Oh, full screen mode. Oh. What do you prefer that? Which one do you guys prefer? Full screen or no full screen? Full screen, no full screen. Which one? Full screen. Okay, sorry. Full screen it is. Yeah, but now I can't go through my pairs. I have to like go up and down key. That's such a pain. Okay, right, fine, we'll do it like this. Okay, so this is your Aussie dollar. Fine. Okay, you win. Fucking hell, it feels like I've got to drag it like 5 years just to get to this level. Fucking hell. Yeah, so bro, it's so far away. Time nor alignment for this one if we break through this level. And then the next one again is just going to be breach of this one. Click Alt plus left arrow. Oh. Whoa. Can I go up and down? No. That's so much effort just to like, I'd rather just drag it. That's so much quicker. Rather than, one sec guys, let me go to the left. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, that is literally it. I have nothing else on your Aussie dollar apart from this level, which is now formed, which doesn't have a fib or anything. It's just, again, going to be time nor alignment for all of these. So nothing's changed there. Euro NZD, this is kind of chilled compared to Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie's kind of had a terrible week, which I'm guessing it must be Australian dollar based. See, this is where I need to now go on full screen. Bro, what have you made me do here? Full. Oh, now I'm printing the screen. F11, I'm stuck. Where's my thing gone? Right, I've broken it now. Where's the side thing gone? Shift and F. No, that's not it. Shift and F. There we go. Fucking hell, this guy.
Leon.
I've got it. Hello, hello.
Click Shift F for full screen.
Yeah.
Shift F to close your full screen. and down arrow to move between your pairs.
Okay, thank you. I've learned something today.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Right, I'm going to stay on this because this is so much easier. Because then I can actually go to my pairs and click this thing. I think we don't need full screen. Okay, good. Right, okay. So I'm guessing based on so what I'm talking about now is your Aussie had a terrible week. Your NZD didn't have as much of a bad week, which makes me believe your Australian dollar was the problem. So if we go to AU, we'll probably see a quite a bit of strength. Well, hey. Whereas if we go to Euro USD, we probably won't see much strength. Well, hey, there we go. Leon was correct. So Australian dollar had a pretty good week. Let's compare that against other pairs. Okay, apart from NZD, which makes... So yeah, Aussie dollar had a better week than NZD, but not crazy. So we had quite a bit of Australian dollar strength. Don't know why. I'm guessing it was probably because of like Australian dollar rate cuts or not rate cuts, but Australian dollar shit. We had no Australian dollar news, so I couldn't tell you. It must have been commodity based. Commodity based, because Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar are both commodity currencies, because a lot of their exports are commodities, including gold. And obviously commodities had a very good week, silver and gold, which means the currencies also have a good week. Come on, there we go. We're locked in, which is why Euro Aussie dollar pushed down so hard and why Aussie dollar pushed up. If we look at NU would have also had a good week. Okay, had a good 2 days. Oh, okay, not that good. Never mind. It's mainly Australian dollar. Okay, interesting. So let's carry on. EN, what do we have for EN? Time to alignment with this. This now has the EMA, so I can't lie. Look at that break retest that worked, by the way. That's crazy. How many pips did that do? Who is anyone taking this just as the trade? That's the level plus 100 EMA. I don't really like that level just because it hasn't created any new structure. I don't really like it, but I feel like I've kind of got to take the trade. Like, I'd much rather take like this level or this level down here as the EMA. Or like if we actually created some sort of new structure where it did something like this and then tapped this level with the EMA, or tap this level with the EMA. 100% I'd take that because we've created new structure, which is obviously the break of the high, new high. Whereas here, as you can see, all we've done is literally just, if we draw this out, looking at this structure, nothing has been created. It's done nothing there. As soon as you break this low, it creates new structure. Would you consider to move the fib to a new level after a break structure or a major structure shift? Well, wait, what do you mean? Sorry. I don't know how or what you mean. Sorry. Oh, when would you consider? Oh, okay. Sorry. So I mean, yeah. So if we just go back in time here, okay. What have I just done there? Here we go. So if we go back in time, start new. Here we go. So this was the current, I think I know what you mean. So this is the current fib. Okay. Now we start creating no new structure yet, right? 23's been used. Oh shit. 38's been used, 50's been used, 61 is still available for the fib. Okay. This fib is still completely fine, but all of these levels have been used. That one. Just this one hasn't been tapped yet. So you could still use the 61 fib. But obviously there's no level. There's level up here, but there's no level at the 61 fib, so it's kind of useless. So that fib is kind of useless now. When I would draw a new fib is as soon as we break below this current fib. But I'm a bit picky with my new fibs. So some people would happily draw a new fib when we have a wick that is like 10 pips below. So let's say price does this, okay? And then does whatever, they'd happily draw a new fib because it's broke the low. But for me, The conditions are it either has to wick by quite a bit, like a decent amount. I don't have a definitive amount, unfortunately, but it has to either do a big wick or there has to be a candle close above the low or above the structure, below the structure, whatever it is. So it needs to be something like, one sec. It's like here, right? Let's say we had, I'm just going to draw this for example. Right, you have the fib from here to here. Okay. I would draw the fib. I'll draw a new fib now that we've actually created a new high, because as you can see, we've had a candle close above the previous high. So for me, that would be a new fib, completely fine. But now, as you can see, we started it down here. This isn't extremely valid. I'm just drawing it for example. This was our current high. And then as you can see, we broke and created a new high with a new wick. Now for me, would I actually, it didn't candle close above the high, but we did wick above the high. And it's by a decent amount, 60 pips. So for me, I would draw the new fib. But then again, okay, so this is another one. So just to add some context onto this, I didn't really think about this. Okay, so when I'm saying like, would I draw a new high or not? Okay, so let's say this one. I'm not too sure if I draw a new high for this. Okay. Or I'm not too sure if I would class it as a new fib. It's not draw a new high. Yes, I would always move the fib to this new high. But for example, if price... Okay, here's a good example. Here we go. So I don't know, price is doing its thing. Okay, it's come down, tapped a bunch of shit, and now it's come back up. Okay, so we have our fib. This is our fib from the low to the high. Bad example. Let's just pretend... Okay, fuck off. Let's just draw a fib, one sec. Here you go. This is a good example. Right, so it's doing its thing. Comes down. Okay, there we go. So here's the example. So mute this guy. There you go, I've muted him. So this is the example. Okay, so we drew the fib from the low to the high, from here to here. It's come down. It's used the 23, used the 38, used the 50, used the 61. And this is what I mean when it creates new structure. Let's say it just does a wick above and then comes back down. So technically it's created a new high. Okay, so now we have all these fresh levels. You can now reuse the 23, the 38, 50, and 61 again. But for me, I wouldn't reuse them because I don't think that is a nice break. I would want a candle close above this high. So a decent candle close, that's like whatever. And now, yeah, sure, I would draw that new fib and I would use that. Or what I could do is literally just draw the fib at that most recent push and use that instead. So when I'm talking about like, would I draw it to the new high? It's would I use that fib if it's already been used? Whereas this, as you can see here, this is really difficult to see. Maybe if I change it to a line chart, one sec. So yeah, I guess we can use it here. So here, okay, it's only used the 23 fib. So I'm not too bothered. Like I'll draw it to the new 100% and these fibs are still all valid. And again here, I'll draw it to the new fib because it hasn't used anything. But if price would have come down, right, did this, come back up, broke this high by like 5 pips, would I then use all these fib levels again? Because we created a new high, so it's a new fib. Would I now use all these again? No, I wouldn't. So it's when do I use the fib again? Like if it's already been used, when would I use it again? And I would only use it again once we actually create decent new structure. But if we're talking about like when would I draw a new fib, I'd always draw a new fib. If that makes sense, just to clear that up. Sorry, fucking hell. So basically when it creates a new low for trend that is going down. Yeah, exactly. So if I understand you correctly, you would move... Oh shit, I just not got the YouTube open. Oh, I didn't even send the YouTube out. Shit. So if I understand you correctly, you would move the fib when there's a major break of structure where the candle closed a decent amount of pips above the previous structure. Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. Can you give some entry tips for gold? I understand most now with strat, but picking entry is kind of blur for me. Yeah, I'll go over that in 2 secs. You're looking for a clean break and then you'll consider moving the fib. Well, I'd move the fib all the time. It's just if the fib's already been used, what would have to happen for me to use a new fib, if that makes sense. So there's a difference between like just drawing a new fib versus using a new fib. So I ever want a good wick. So like, again, if we have like this fib, right, and price does this, I either want a clean break or I want a good candle close. So it's either a big wick or a good candle close. That's it. If it wicks by a tiny amount, no, I'm not doing that. Because that's not a new market structure. I know it technically is, but has price actually broke that level? Yeah, but not strong to say it's new market structure. I don't know. I know technically it fucking has, but not for me. Okay, I'll go over gold. Falco, are you gonna stay in this live stream the full way, like another 20 minutes type thing, or are you dipping soon? Because if you're staying, then I'll go over it at the end. But if you like, okay, cool. I'll go over it when I go over gold, which will be in a few minutes probably, if that's okay. You might have to remind me. How much confidence you have or try to find before you start to make a balance buying or selling? So I just want. Wait, let me read your other question as well. 1 sec. I'm glad to hear about some. I try to find EMA, fib, retest, fundamental. I also count something as simple as full. Okay, so Marek, the simple confidences I look for. So first of all, it's obviously a level. I will never take a trade if there isn't a level. So that is like you need a level every single trade. Okay. So if we do a quick little anchor text, okay. Need. Here we go. Need to take a trade, level plus 1 confluence. Okay. And those confluences can be EMA, fib, alignment, timing. Someone help me out here. EMA, fib, timing, alignment, breach. Yeah, that's basically it. So I need psych. I mean, yeah, I personally know, but I'm adding psych with a question mark there because some people use psych, some people don't. For breach, that is mainly, I don't know, mainly for gold for me, but I do kind of use it for some Forex, but it's very dependent. 1 sec. So, okay, so yeah, okay, one sec. So, okay, when it comes to confluences, yeah, I'm only looking for literally 1 confluence, technically 2, including a level, but all I'm looking for is, I mean, we'll go over it here. So like here, no shit, 1 sec. So like here you go. So this is a trade. This is technically a trade because it's a level. We have the level, obviously, and we have the EMA. So that's done. That is technically a trade. I can take that trade if I want. I should technically take that trade because it follows my plan. However, I'm just not massively keen on how this level was formed because it created no new structure. And there's 3 ways I like levels to be formed. It's either timing. You know what? Fucking hell, this is a full education series, isn't it? Holy shit. Timing, size, or structure. Okay? They're the 3 conditions for a level for me. So first of all, it's timing, which let's say, no, we'll fuck off timing. Structure is the easiest one. So obviously, if we create highs and lows, as soon as it creates new structure, okay, so we created a new low, which means this high is now validated. Okay, so it's the opposite. So once you create a new low, the high is validated, or once you create a new high, the low is validated. So like here, we push up, we create a high, we create a low. Okay, as soon as we break this high, this low is now validated. Fucking beautiful. Okay, same here. No, not same here. High, low, new high. Okay, new high, that is now validated. New high, that is now validated. But then you can also look at like the micro levels, not the big swing levels, but stuff like this and this. Okay, so again, new high, both of these are validated. But the main one is this. These like your smaller levels, which are mainly dependent on market conditions. I wouldn't just take these anytime. Okay, I want like some decent setups for these. But these can usually be like absolute beauties. So it's structure, that's the easiest one. Size, okay, so this is another one. This is like this type thing. So as you can see, this hasn't created any new structure. For this to create new structure, this is a low, so we need a new high. We need price to break this. We've created a high, price comes down, creates a new high. So now this level is validated through structure. But we also have the other ones. We have size and timing, okay? So the size of the level does matter, because even if we don't create a new high, for example, if price came down, let's say price was all the way up here or some shit, price came down and did some massive fuck off reaction, massive fuck off reaction, like 1,000 pips, but it didn't create a new high and then came back down into the level, of course you are taking that, like 100%. If price is reacting 1,000 pips from this level, it has some sort of significance. So of course you're going to take that again, regardless of new structure being created. But obviously if new structure is created, that level also has significance, which is basically what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find the levels with the most significance. So size is another one. And then also timing, that's like the last one. So timing is like letting a level mature. Like a nice little wine that I don't like, or cheese that I wouldn't eat on its own. Fuck that. But basically, even if price hasn't really done that many pips, let's say it's only done 200 pips, but it's chilled here for like the past month and then comes back down, I'm going to take that. Would timing be more with levels that have... Okay, you haven't finished that. But I rarely take these. I'm not massively keen on these. Obviously, structure is always the cleanest out of the three. Timing is the least. Size is second. So it's like 1, 2, 3. Would timing be more with levels that hasn't been touched like in a couple of weeks? Or yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like letting levels mature. But even if they haven't done an insane amount of pips, let me try and find an example. Fucking hell, I'm losing my voice here. I can't think of any. I can't find an example. Maybe some shit like this. You mainly see it in consolidation. Like this. Okay, here's an example. Okay, this level here. So as you can see, we didn't create any new structure. Here's the high. High wasn't broken. Did we do an insane amount of pips? Not really. I mean, yeah, it's done 260, but it's in consolidation right now. So it's not really done much. It's just consolidating. I need some lemon juice. I do need that. Fucking hell. I don't even have more water in here either. But as you can see, it's not tapped in a month. Okay, so we've had plenty of time. It's been in this consolidation for ages, which is time. Okay, and then for this level, I would take that with time nor alignment. I wouldn't take this with a fib or anything because there's not a fib. I wouldn't really take. I may take it with an EMA, but time nor alignment would be the main one for this. And as you can see, that works beautifully. Okay, anyway. God damn. Okay, next one. Let's just go over psychological levels. So, fuck me, I didn't expect this one. Shit. Getting tired here. I need to start charging for this shit as well. This is good though. I prefer it when you guys actually ask questions. I'd much rather do this every single live stream, like rather than just do our normal analysis and done. So please, like, if you guys actually have any questions, I want to just sit in here for an hour and dig up my brain, please do it, because I need refreshing as well, because I don't talk about this stuff often. Like, I don't actually go deep into the education side of it. So psychological levels are just round numbers, whole numbers in the market, and they're mainly used because it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So the more traders that how do I explain this? It's really simple to explain, but I don't know how to word it. Like, if the more traders that think about doing something, the more chance it'll happen. Like, if I'm looking at the $2,000 level for gold, and then you guys are looking at the $2,000 level for gold, then that means that there's thousands of other traders looking at the 2,000 level for gold. And that means there's also banks, and there's also hedge funds, and there's all these big institutions, because they don't go and, like, you know, enter at, oh, let me grab my entry at 2.0492. Nah, they don't do any of that shit. They just go, right, okay, when it gets to 2.1, we enter. When it gets to 2000, we enter. When it gets to 2100, we enter. They don't go, oh, let me find that little order block and enter at this bloody fair value gap. Nah, they just go, okay, 2.06 is nice entry. 2.08, that looks good. They don't go, okay, 2.08242. Nah, they don't give a shit about that. They just go, okay, if pound dollar gets weaker than 1.36, they'll enter. Done. That's it. So psychological levels are just like self-fulfilling prophecies. Everyone sees them on the chart and they kind of, I mean, the more people that see it, the more chance it has of working. But then on top of that, you also have like the algos and the quant firms and big players, the market makers, so to speak, the big guys. That is also the other reason they work. But if you go on gold and look at every $25 level, so I mean, fucking hell, it probably doesn't even work now with the amount of volume we're seeing. But let's say every $100 will be crazy, or every $50, for example. So for example, if you look at like this $50 tap, that was at $50. This was at 4,500. Obviously we then broke, but look what we went to. 4,500 got broke. We instantly went to $25, and then we pushed back down. I mean, it's not going to be as applicable now because we've just broke that one. But let's go to like some of these breaks here. It's like the initial breaks that are nice. So what did that go into? That pushed pretty deep, to be fair. But this initial push was into the 50 level. I know it's like $3 before, but I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Then it came back down to the 200 level, just above. Then we saw a breach of this. Let's see where it pushed to. Okay, it pushed past the 75. And then where did we push to? Let's see. The 50 level. There's 50. And as you can see, there's 50 again. A massive sell-off at 50. Then we pushed to 57. I guess that's not really applicable. Then we did a whole lot of shit. Nope. There you go. There's the 75 level again. But obviously, it's not going to work every time. Like, if you go and plot every single one and go, oh, look, it breached there, it breached there, it breached there. Obviously, come on. Like, it's not going to tap and be perfect every single time. But using it as a confluence for a trade is obviously a lot nicer. If you see that, okay, like 30% of the time, price will react heavily from a psychological level. If you add that onto your already trades. So first of all, we have a nice level that was reacted from last time. So every time we see that, there's about a 50% chance it will react. Plus on top of that, you have a psychological level, which is about 30% of the time. Plus on top of that, you have an EMA, which is about 20% of the time. So now you've got a 50%, a 30%, a 20%. That's just like extra. I'm using psych for like extra confidence. Yeah, exactly. Don't mind sharing my notes on EMA. Fuck me. Let me see my notes. One sec. Let me get it. Because I remember I was going crazy with the notes and trying to understand each confluence as like how, not institutions, but how they actually work. Let me see if I ever went into EMAs. Trading plan? Is it in my trading plan? Entry. No, it's not in my trading plan. Trading goals? No. Fucking hell. So it's like called trading logic or some shit. Under playbook, MCR trading. Strat logic, here we go. Levels, Forex alignment, fib, timing, break previous, EMAs. Here you go, guys. I'll just copy paste this for you guys. Oh, you know what? Here, fucking, here you go. Just, you guys can take it. I didn't do trend line. So, yeah. So obviously this was ChatGPT helping me as well, obviously. But this is the logic. So that is the logic behind EMAs. This took me so long to do. Can you explain it? Fucking hell. It took me so long to... Let me just read it 1 sec. Oh, it's speaking about trend filters. Okay. So the entire thing... Okay, yeah, I remember EMAs. The entire thing is just trend strength. Most people don't look at EMAs like lower than the daily type thing. Most people, this entire strat logic is in terms of like market makers, institutions, how the larger market sees these different confluences and why they work. This isn't to do with like why it works for the average retail trader. And the purpose behind EMAs is like people see them as just trend direction. So technically, if we're above the EMA, price is positive. If we're below the EMA, price is negative, or the chart is negative, or the commodity is negative, whatever it is. So above is growth, below is not growth. And EMAs, when we get close to the EMAs, that's where fear kicks in, because the EMA is a test of the strength. And that's when we'll see crazy buying pressure or crazy selling pressure. Because as soon as, let's say, right, for example, you look at gold, okay? Oh, here you go. Here's a fucking good example. So you look at gold this entire time, okay? And notice how we've stayed above the EMA. This, oh my God, this is a beautiful example. Oh my God. Well, here we go. Here is an example of gold. Obviously, we're kind of a little bit weird here, but now look at gold. This is the 100 EMA. See that tap? How perfect that was. Okay. So now gold is bullish. We're staying above the EMA. So now we can say, okay, gold is bullish. It's growing. Okay. And then price comes back down and tries tapping the EMA. And what people are scared of is once we breach this EMA and we see a breach of the EMA and it pushes to the downside, technically gold is then in a declining cycle and we're seeing a decline in gold. It's just overall like trend strength. So as soon as we get close to the EMA and tap it, all the buyers are going to rush in and buy gold to make sure that the narrative doesn't switch from, yeah, positive gold is doing good, to, oh shit, we're now trending below the EMA, which means there's going to be a bunch of fear pumped into the market and people are going to sell their gold. So as you can see, when we get to the market, we'll get to the EMA, a shit ton of liquidity is now pushed into the market, a shit ton of volume, and we then push up, as you can see from this fuck off reaction. And then again, we're above the EMA, trending. What do you see? Trend strength is then questioned. The sellers start pushing gold, and then they go, oh shit. Obviously, it's not going to be just the EMA that caused this. Obviously not. It's probably fundamentals that line up and however the fuck the market works. But if we would have pushed and closed below this, then fear would have kicked in again. So obviously, big players will then pump price to make sure we stay above the EMA, to make sure gold still stays trending type thing. So as you can see, as soon as we tap the EMA, what happens? Shit ton of volume. And again, it taps the EMA, we push. Let's go again. Wait for it. Oh shit, we haven't tapped it. But yeah, that is the entire reason behind EMAs. It's just like a very bigger scale, like trend filter type thing. I think that's what I talked about on here. Will buyers defend and continue the trend, or will sellers overwhelm and flip the structure? And this causes a spike in volume, wicks, and indecision. So here you go. They represent institutional fair value. They make decisions based on whether price is considered cheap or expensive relative to that average. And once price touches it, it's a test of trend strength. The market knows it's a critical point and it becomes a battlefield because both buyers and sellers see very different narratives forming. And then I ChatGPT'd, obviously, how is it actually calculated? Because I kind of wanted to learn that. And compared to SMA. No worries, Wayfam. Leon streams give me nostalgia. What's up with the 1,000 lines? Are you okay? Oh, this stuff. This is this is when I wanted to actually know why my strategy works. Do you have a new journal with Notion? No, I just keep a lot of stuff on Notion. I have like a lot of things and stuff. Yeah, but no, my actual trading journal is through Google Sheets. But yeah, anyway, this is all like just the actual reasoning behind why my strategy works. Because yeah, if you don't understand why it works, then why the fuck would you trade it? So I was like, for me, with everything that I do with trading, it has to make sense. Like, zoom out and does it actually make sense? When people go like, I don't know, it's like, it's not just making sense to you, it's like, does it make sense in the eyes of the market? Like, for example, like when people get entered, okay, you get, okay, let's do this shit. So people get, let's say you have a trade, price comes into it, here's your entry, you take profits here, okay? I don't know how the fuck to explain this. Okay, no, I'm not even going to attempt. I don't know how to explain it. Never mind. It should. I'd need an example for me to explain it. That's so difficult. Fuck that. Okay, so here we go. I'm trying to find close EMA to graph. This will be a good confidence. When it touches buy, will buy, push. So, well, basically what you're doing, Marek, is like you're trading this strategy as normal. If that's what you're trying to do, trade this strategy, all you're doing is basically, like, if I was to go to a blank chart, okay, I don't know, fucking blank chart, right? We zoom out and we start fresh. Here's how I'd start, okay? We're going back to fucking, I don't know. Here you go. This is how I'd start. First, sack off the EMAs. Don't even look at them. Don't even look at anything, okay? All you're doing is starting off with the levels. Okay. So identify the levels. You obviously got this, but then you've got that tiny little level just above there. You have the break retest. There's multiple of them here. You then have this break retest, which has already been used. You then have that secondary break retest, which kind of has already been used as well. So I'd sack that off. You then have this level with this one just below. Make sure you cover it. You then have this level. This is a little messy. I'm not a massive fan. Then you have this level. Now, all you do, okay, is you want what? Oh, shit. Okay, cool. Now, all you do is you want one of these confluences. EMA, fib, alignment, timing, breach, one of those. So first of all, I'd start with a fib, right? You draw it from the low to the high. The low, it's not going to be here because that'll breach 61. I'll explain that later. But it could be this low. Okay, straight away. There you go. See how the fib lines up with this level? It's a little bit wide, 46, but I mean, it's doable. So there's one. Okay. And this one, see the 50 fib lines up with a level? That's another trade. There's two trades. Okay. But that's a big ass fib. I would then draw a smaller fib, which would be just this move up. This most recent push up, not most recent, but this push up. There you go. It now lines up with a 61 as well. So you got the 61 and the bigger fib. So that's the trade. I'd then look at the EMAs. Do the EMAs line up? Holy shit, look at that. The 200 EMA also lines up with this. So now you've got two fib levels, the level itself and the 200 EMA. Then you also have timing and alignment. Now this could tap at 4 p.m. London close, which is an extra confidence. If you want the logic behind session closes, I mean, there you go. You know, I'll post it in here. That's the reasoning behind session closes. Fuck it. And then you also have Forex alignment and driver alignment. There you go. That's the reasoning behind why I use alignment. But alignment is also like, for example, it's pound dollar lining up at the same time, or Australian dollar, US dollar. It depends on what's driving. Like, is pound driving or Australian dollar driving? If Australian dollar is driving, obviously, if this is going down, then that means we're seeing weak pound, strong Australian dollar. So find out which one it is. And if it's weak pound, then go to pound US dollar and wait for that to hit a level, because then that's pound flows stop, which means then pound Aussie dollar will do its move. I mean, I'll have to go deeper into drivers because that is very, very basic. But these are two trades here, done. So, I mean, this trade would... I can't be asked doing entries and shit. This one, by the looks of it, failed. Yep, that failed. So that's first trade. That's a loss. Now let's see what happens. See here? Okay, so here. This is a good example, actually. So here's the fib, right? From the high to the low. Okay. Now price has created a new wick. Would I... So, okay, shit. One sec. Okay, so this is the fib. Completely valid fib. Well, this wasn't even a valid trade anyway because there was no fib. Unless you want to take that one, which I'm not massively keen. Unless you want to then go for maybe an entry at the fib, which, again, would I go for? Oh, shit. Nah, definitely not. So this wasn't a valid trade anyway, but okay, so this is used the 23 to 38. It's now used the 50 fib as well. Okay, it now creates a new low. Would I now go for this technically 61 fib in this level? Nah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't at all. No chance, because for me, this isn't a breach. This isn't, yeah, it's broken a level, it's created a new level, whatever, but that isn't a strong new creation of the fib. No chance. I wouldn't now use these fib levels. Again, not using them. Now I would. That is a fucking beautiful break, and now I'd use this level. Anyway, fucking hell. This break retest here of these two levels lines up with the EMA, so that would be a valid trade. There you go. That's a new trade. That's sell. It could also have a fib. I can't be asked drawing it, but it could also have a fib. Let's see how this works. That is shit. Now that is really annoying. So now it's kind of missed this and done fuck all. So that is very annoying. I wouldn't take that anymore. Yeah, no. That's horrible. Yeah, I mean, you may have caught it, but I highly doubt it. Let's see what happens. Nothing. This is a valid trade. Let's see if this gets tapped. Of course it fucking misses. Of course it does. This entire area is mess. I wouldn't take any of these levels. I'd maybe take this top one up here. So I'd maybe take that if we see a breach of all this. And now let's draw the big fib. It could line up with a fib. Yeah, 38 fib. So that is a valid trade. That one right there. And look, that 50 fib actually lines up with that break retest as well. So now we don't have the EMA, but instead we have the fib. So that level there. And now this lines up perfect. However, this is a messy zone here. Let me get rid of these. This zone here, this entire area is messy as fuck. So it depends on the move in. So let's see. Nah, I don't think I'll take that trade. I don't think I'd go for that because of this weird candle. If the EMA lines up, I now would. I can't lie. It's giving me extra confidence. I would go for it. Okay. Will it work? I mean, what would go for 40-40? Oh shit. Okay, it's worked. Anyway, that one now worked. And the only reason I took that now was because the EMA lined up. And now we'd go for this one as well. So this is now the 50 fib. Let's see if that works. Market open. That was a Monday, so now it's a Tuesday candle. That's fine. We got obviously stopped out there. Oh shit, no, it worked. Did it work? What do you reckon? Did that work or not? I would have entered just below 40-40. It worked. Nice. That was another take profit. Tapped in, hit take profit, only just. So that's 2 take profits there. That's nice. Oh no, I think we hit a stop loss before. One of them. But that is basically the process. That's it done. I'm not going to go over anymore because I'm losing my voice and it's already, we've gone through the hour of when I'm meant to be done by. But hopefully that helped a little bit. Let's finish the analysis now. Holy shit. How do you trade Forex without studying fundamentals? I mean, if you're not in the market long enough for fundamentals to affect the markets, then why would you need to learn about fundamentals? Like if you're in and out of trade, if you're avoiding red folder news and you're in and out of trade within an hour and fundamentals aren't actually going to affect your trade, you don't really need to learn fundamentals. The only reason I'd tell people to learn fundamentals is if they are holding like swing level trades, like they're holding trades for multiple days, or they're holding runners, or if you just want a general understanding of how the markets work and what's impacting the markets and why euro is strong, JPY is weak, that type thing, then yeah, 100%. But that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to learn fundamentals. Gold entries another day. No, it's all good. It's all good. Let's just swing through. I'm just gonna do the analysis really fast, and then we're gonna go to gold. En, yeah, dead. I'm not sure about that. Maybe GA. Not a massive fan of that. I'd much rather to just take this level. I'm gonna set an alert. If that has like really fucking nice alignment, maybe. But I'm not a huge fan. I'd much rather just take this with... I kind of want timing or alignment for that. But I mean, if we just say breach for now. Apart from that, I don't see anything. GN. I mean, yeah, I'm also not keen on that. This is much nicer. Again, it's just timing and alignment. Most of these are just timing and alignment. I don't really like taking breaches on Forex pairs. I have nothing else there. I'm going to set an alert though for this low. GJ. All these trades are absolutely shit, man. GJ is a little bit awkward. The fib's 20 away. This fib isn't the biggest fib anyway, because then the 61 is like 35 away. But I would take that retest. I think that retest is okay. I know the fib is quite small, so it's not exactly 480. Holy shit. Because that's only 20 away, but that's only 30 away. It doesn't feel like... I don't know. No, I didn't really stop using the ATR indicator. I kind of use it from time to time. I don't use it all the time. I don't use it as a confluence as much anymore. Just because I kind of like... This is just a problem with me. I've kind of not really been up to date with my journaling and like data collection. And because of that, I've kind of stopped using the ATR because I'm not as confident in it as I was, which is kind of bad, I know. I do need to properly get up to date with my journal data collection because my journal is absolutely insane. And it's probably one of the craziest journals you'll see. And the amount of data you can collect from that journal is crazy. Like there's so many stats you can get on my journal. It's insane. I've never seen anyone else's journal more in depth than mine, unless they're using like TradeZeller or something, which is cheating. Yeah. So I need to sort out my journal. That's one of the things I need to do. But ATI is also really nice. You can just use that as like kind of like an EMA. But yeah, GJ, that break retest is nice. UJ, oh my god, that literally just this down here. Don't have a fib, so just alignment timing. That's it. But this one's really nice. I like that. Okay, it's created a new structure. There you go. Boop. That was disgusting. It's created a new structure here. So as you can see, created a new high, which validates this low. So yeah, that is really nice. Did I set an alert? I didn't set an alert. Let me set an alert. And then lastly, gold. Oh my god, finally. I'm slowly learning my funder as well, but I haven't really applied it very much to my strat. Okay, so one thing we are doing weekly in the Discord from now on is, apart from this week because it was kind of Christmas and no one was alive and shit like that, weekly fundamental sessions. So obviously I was heavy into fundamentals, then I kind of stopped for a while and I'm kind of slow now. But I'm getting back into fundamentals and learning things as I go. Just reading a bunch of Twitter articles and ChatGPT and going over different data websites and stuff like that. So I have started doing weekly fundamental sessions. Just literally, we just chill for half an hour, we chill for an hour, and we just read a bunch of articles together and just work out what the fuck is happening with things and where things are going. And we just all kind of learn at the same time. Just about the economy and USD and JPY and interventions and shit with silver and stuff like that. But it's going to be a different day every week. I don't think we have it as a set day because, I mean, I'm kind of busy. You guys are busy. I think we just do it when we do it. Oh no, completely agree, Buster. Completely agree. Obviously, it's not really going to impact my trading much, but having that understanding of why things are actually moving, like why the fuck is gold rallying right now? Having an understanding of that, or why is silver rallying, or why is pound weak compared to da 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 da, or why are pound and euro kind of correlated at the minute, or whatever it is. Actually understanding these things makes such a difference. Because when you see, like, for example, you see sometimes USD news comes out and it comes out negative for USD, but USD is pumping. Why the fuck is that happening? Oh my God, I've actually lost my voice. I need to drink more water. Holy shit. So what day works for me? One sec. Do you guys want to do it? One sec, let me think. Should we do? I'd say Tuesday evening. Do you guys want to do that? So Tuesday, 8 p.m. UK time. So like same time as this Tuesday. Tuesday, 8 p.m. UK. I think that works probably the best for me. Wednesday. You want to do Wednesday? Let me think. Yes. Okay, fuck it. Let's do Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday, 8 p.m. That's only for this week. That's not going to be every single Wednesday. Again, completely agree, Buster. Okay, Wednesday, 8 p.m. We'll get that sorted. Where can I access the journal? If you head to resources, you need to have the Leon's mentorship thing, which you do. So if you head to resources, there we go. Oh, wow. Look at this beautiful little embed. If you click this journal, it'll send you here. You have, oh. Okay, well, that shouldn't be there. But anyway, you have forward testing, back testing, news, you can ignore that. Info, you can also ignore that. But basically, you have month, date. Month will automatically do it, so you don't have to type that in. The ones that are in white, you don't do anything. These are automatic. You put in the conferences, so it's a daily level. 38 fib. As you can see, it bases your tier as well on 100 EMA. So basically, depending on what you put here, so this is how we work out our tiers of trades. This is all based around so here's it zoomed out, by the way. There's a lot of stuff. So this is where you obviously input your trades, and then here's all the data. So you have a calendar, and you can select when you want to see for the different calendars and shit. This is the win rate and shit like that for each conference, and you can also select each pair. One-to-one win rate, obviously there's nothing there right now. Monthly performance, daily performance, top 10 conferences, like these are the top 10 trades, is a level and a 61 fib. All the stats, equity curves, stats based on pair, like best stats for each pair, win rate for each pair, win rate for news, if it's a news-driven trade. So like, are you taking trades during news or not? And then you also have, you can also calculate this, which is pretty cool. This is based on a lot of data. Oh shit, I just did something there. Fuck, I just did something. So this, basically, what you can do is you can select any pair. Okay, so GU, USD-based news, retail sales. And this is the average size of the move that happens after 5 minutes after news, 15 minutes after news, whatever it is. So you can go, okay, I'm trading. So right, let's get rid of this. I get rid of this. I'm trading. I'm currently in a Euro NZD trade. Okay, and we have some Euro news releasing. My stop loss is at 50 pips, but we have CPI. I don't know. We have fucking French flash services PMI. As you can see, on average, over the past, I think this is like 5 years, it's done a 50 pip reaction on a 1 minute time frame. So if you got a 50 pip stop loss, there's a high chance your stop loss is getting tapped. And this is all based on this data. And as you can see, there's a lot of it. That is how many That's over 1,000 pieces of data in there. This is every single... Wait, is it? Oh, is this just 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024? I think this is like every single high impact news. Because there's not much for that. I guess it is. I don't know. But anyway, this is like all the high impact news for majority of pairs. Yeah, anyway, cool. Sorry, journal rant. Yeah. Right, anyway, let's carry on. Sorry, I kind of lost a lot of people there. Isn't Wednesday New Year's Eve? Oh, fucking hell. Buster, you have to ruin it, don't you? Shit. Okay, Thursday. Okay. Thursday, 8 p.m. Thank you. How did you import all the news data? I have a friend in here called Duck, who's a futures trader. You'll see him in the futures channel quite a bit, and he helped me with it. He got all the data from a certain website and imported it into Google Sheets. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, so gold. What time is it? Been going an hour and 20. Shit. Right, okay. Falco, you still alive or are you dead? Because we can go over gold if you want. Yeah. Okay. You wanted to go over entries. I took a buyout gold. Can you review it? I mean, I don't even need to review it, mate. If you're buying gold right now, well done. You've won. Just hold it for an extra week and you've won. Bro, look at silver. Silver is booming. Gold is following it. Like, I think you're fine. Just hold it a little bit longer. Yeah. Yeah, Falco, what was it what you wanted me to go over? Was it entries? How to find entries. 1 hour entries. Okay, cool. Okay, so... I mean... So this is kind of difficult. Just because everyone kind of bases the entries differently. Some people go first confidence, some people don't. I don't know. How the fuck do I do my entries? Well, first of all, I always enter around the level. I'll always base my trades around the level. So like right here, okay, we have this and I had this, okay? 2 trades. Now for the first one, people would go, oh, enter first confidence, whatever. Now, obviously I'm going, shit, let me change this shit right now. One sec. I'm going 60-90 as like a base for everything right now. Let me change this as a template. I can get rid of a lot of this shit. Get rid of gold funder, gold 30. I don't need gold 30. Come on, gold 40. Don't even need that shit. Gold 60. No. Gold 6. No. Gold 1.5. I don't even need gold funder. Fuck that. Save as. One sec. Gold 1.5. There we go. So I'm going 60-90 as like the template for gold right now because gold is going crazy. It used to be 40-60, but now gold is a lot more volatile. We're seeing big moves, so it's 40-60. So for this trade, I would always base price around the level. I'd always base my entry around the level. I don't give a shit about the confidences, right? The main thing I'm looking at is the level, all right? And I'm looking to give at least half of the stop loss above the level. Like minimum. I wouldn't go any lower than whatever half the stop loss is. So if you got a 60 pip stop loss, at least 30 above that. Okay. So make sure the level is max like halfway away. Or closer. You don't want it further than halfway. That type thing. That's the same for every trade, to be fair. But then on top of that, you also have your confidences. Okay. So first of all, if I was entering just off of the level, okay, I'd enter something like this. Probably, because I'm quite conservative. You could obviously go lower if you wanted to, but I'm quite conservative. I've entered somewhere around there. But on top of that, you have the fib. And I obviously want gaps above the fib. Like I want a bit of leeway. So again, I would give a bit of space above that fib. So I would go even higher personally here. I'd probably go something like that. Because then we're still getting a decent little, almost 30 pips. So that's what my entry would be. Literally nothing special at all. I just base it around the level to start off with and then add the confidences to it. And again, I just want space. So worst case, we tap into that last confluence, we do a bit of room, it reacts, and it's fine. That's literally it. I don't have any set thing. Unfortunately, I can't give you anything set because price and the markets are so volatile right now. It's hard to do anything set. And then on top of that, I would never enter at like a round number. I wouldn't go 4.317 or 4.318. I'd always enter like 10 pips below, or no, a few pips below type thing, because I don't know, I always get stung. It always taps like 0.9 or 0.8. So if I was looking, okay, right, let's say my entry was around here. This is what? 4.316.46. Sure. I'd go 0.4 just to round it off a tiny bit. But I wouldn't go like 317, 318, 319. I'd always round it off. No, sorry, I wouldn't round it off. Shit, sorry. I'd go a bit uneven because I don't know. I think price always fucking snipes me. And then for like this one, as again, this is literally just a break retest with a breach. I would just go a few pips below. That's it. Again, there is no set. I'd just go literally a few pips below. That's it. I'd go something like this. So unfortunately, I can't give you anything crazy, but that is literally all I'd do. That is it. As you can see, the first one failed, second one worked. I did actually get tapped into that. Yeah. But gold 1 hour, if I could advise you guys to start somewhere, oh my god, the gold 1 hour is so nice. There's so many trades as well. Ah shit, sorry, I didn't see the guys on the YouTube. I've not had chat open. MXZ9i, that's an interesting YouTube name. Hello, how's it going? And Dillip, that is also an interesting name. Here you go, let's look at some charts. You sent in this chart. Beautiful. There's also this level. That level's nice as well, but we don't really have a breach or anything. So I guess that's not really valid. Yeah, that 61's nice. I like that. Do I? I don't know actually. Oh, I'm on replay. I was going to say, bro, where the fuck are you seeing that? What? Wait, what? Where are you looking at? What the fuck? Oh, all the way down there. What? I'm so confused right now. Oh, yours looks so much nicer. It's a gap. You have a gaps fill. I wouldn't advise that, by the way. I'd take that off. I don't know if that's an indicator or the broker you're using. I think it's the broker you're using, but that's a gap. And I wouldn't trade gaps. There's a lot of manipulation around gaps. And I wouldn't really trade them. See this candle here, this was a market open. And that's what it actually looks like. That crazy fuck off spike. And this gap here. I don't know. I always see manipulation around gaps. So I would just literally avoid them as much as possible. I wouldn't take any of these trades here. Personally. I don't know. Whereas on here, it looks clean. It looks so clean. I'm using a Wanda for gold. Yeah, make sure you can see the gaps because otherwise they'll fuck you. I was going to say that looks so nice, and I don't know what chart you're looking at because I do not see this move. But yeah, that's also a nice level. So this level here, I would take this regardless of the 61. If we see a breach of this level and a tap into this, I would take that regardless. But on gold, honestly, right now, it's looking horrible. I don't even like drawing levels, man. You got that, which obviously you got the gap there, which is pretty shit. You got this. You got this. Those big ass ones. What the fuck? That one's from a while ago. You got these little messy levels here, which I'm not a huge fan of again. I don't really like drawing the little tight levels in gold. I don't know. I'd rather just stick to the bigger levels. But these are all pretty dead. They're dead. Dead. I wouldn't take that one. So realistically, that's now useless. Unless you see a breach of this and a tap into this one all the way down here without a single reaction. But no, I'll just wait until market open and see what happens, because most likely gold's going to surge. Because I don't know if you've seen, I'm pretty sure Chinese silver prices are like pushing way higher than current silver prices or some shit like that. I saw there's now like a bit of a discrepancy. How much? So we're gonna see gold, silver probably open up quite strong. How much further you go for a level? What do you mean? Sorry. Holy shit! I've been on here for like almost an hour and a half. I'm gonna have to go after this, by the way, because I'm actually. Well, I need to go. Let me just check something. Bro, the post is meant to be going out, but it didn't fucking go out. That's annoying. I don't know. Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. Oh, it's so annoying. There was a post meant to go out and it didn't fucking go out. It depends. On the 1 hour, I prefer to stay pretty damn recent. Like, if I can't see it on my chart right now, I wouldn't take it. Like this level here, this one, no chance I'm taking. So like, if I can't see it on my chart, I know, like, obviously I'm not going to zoom out like this. Obviously not. Call it reasonable. If I can't see it on the chart, I'm most likely not going to take it. I don't know. Like, I'd much rather take these levels that I can actually see. I don't know. Again, it's a bit difficult to give a definitive amount. Yes. Okay. Right. Thank you guys for watching. I am gonna leave you guys. That was a good stream. That was a really good stream. So please, by the way, next guys, a non-trader, thank you for asking questions. Falco, thank you. Mirek, thank you. PaxFit, you also asked questions. Buster, you also spoke. Actually, everyone spoke, to be fair. But like, please, like, these aren't just live streams for me to just like sit here and do market analysis. Like, please, if you guys have questions and you want to join and just rinse me and ask me as many questions as you want, please do. Okay, please do. So from now on, like, every time you join a live stream, please just see it as like a free mentorship hour. Like, just hop in, prepare, like Marek, you go and this week, just prepare a bunch of questions. So next week when you join the live stream, you can just sit here and ask 30 questions. I'd much rather you do that rather than sit in silence. And same with you and anyone else, I guess, yeah. And yeah, that's about it. I have now lost my voice. I need to drink some water. My throat is dry as fuck. Yeah, cool. Well, I'll speak to you guys during the week. Hopefully, I don't know, the markets are going to be slow. Super slow next week. The week after will be a bit nicer, but yeah, we'll see. Cool. Peace out. Fundamental live stream on Wednesday, same time. I'll set up a little event for it. Yeah, just so you guys can see it or whatever. I don't know. Cool. I'll see you guys Wednesday.